Hey, and welcome to Robot Agency. This is a YouTube channel for anyone who's, just started a digital marketing agency, or, maybe you're a little bit along the line in your journey, or maybe you're experienced and you just want to eliminate yourself from, parts of the business, buy back some of your time, use software, not have to pay a VA so much, and, rely more heavily on software to do, lead scraping or any other tasks in your business. So without further ado, I'll get right into it. So basically, when scraping the internet for data, the first thing I look for is some sort of a good database where my leads can be found. So for this example, we'll just use Yellow Pages, but you could do this with like TripAdvisor or, any sort of online database, realtor.com. But for now, Yellow Pages is probably the simplest one. It has like every different type of business. And, right now we're actually going to get some real life work done. I have a client that wants to do a cold email campaign to spas in Jacksonville. So I'm just going to type in spas, Jacksonville on yellowpages.com. Make sure I get, all the results populated. Then I'm just going to steal this URL here and open up a program called Octoparse. And we'll start from scratch here. So basically you just paste the URL into this search feature on Octoparse, and then it's going to pull up the page. Just give it a minute to let it generate. Give it one more second. All right, the page is fully loaded, and then the first thing you're going to do is select auto detect web page data. And it's just going to crawl the entire page, and pretty much like anything that's clickable on there, anything it recognizes as like a data entry field, it's going to put down the bottom here. Now the next step that really helps this program work the best is to get rid of all the stuff that you don't need. So obviously we'll keep the title of the business. We want the name of the business. This title URL is not important. Images, this is just redundant, so this name can go. So you're just going to delete anything that you don't need. And probably the most important thing in the process is this track visit website URL. So this is the URL of the business that you're getting. So you want that to be pulled, obviously. I like the phone number. You can also, if like you ever do manual mailers, you can grab the address, but I don't do that. So, we're not going to pull that. So you're just going to get rid of all this, really clean it up. And then once you have, I'm just pulling these 3 data sets. Once you have that, you just create workflow. And once you press create workflow, you just press run. And then I think if you're on a free trial here, it's just standard mode is fine. You can run it in the cloud if you're running like 6 or 7 different things and you don't want it to take up like a lot of memory on your computer. They have a cloud server that can run this for you, or if you have a really bad computer, that might be an option. So think about that. Once you click that, just wait for this little box to pop up. And then as you can see, it's just going to start going through every single page of Yellow Pages until it's done extracting all the data that you told it to. So it's going to pull all these websites. And I won't make you sit through this, so I'll once this is finished up, we'll resume. Okay, so now that our run's been completed, you'll see it extracted 388 lines. Now, not every one of these lines is going to have a website attached to it, but it's going to be quite a bit. And the only other notable thing that I'll mention here is that if it does say duplicates, like some of these online databases, as you go page through page, there's going to be a ton of duplicates. So it's really good to use this step to remove the duplicates. So you're obviously don't have all this bad data. But anyways, you press export data and wait a second. And basically I just exported as a CSV. Press OK. Spas, Jacksonville. You could put a date on this. I'm just going to put Yellow Pages so I know where the source is. It gets kind of, when you're building these like large data sheets, like what you start to name these things becomes important and how you sort them. So that's the only tip I'll give there. It exports it really quickly, and I have it put to my desktop. Then I go over to Google Sheets and import. I'm sure everybody, knows how to do this portion, but just in case someone doesn't, I will do this. I always pick like append to current sheet, or else it's going to make like a new spreadsheet or another tab down the bottom. And you can see here's all the names of the businesses and the phone numbers. Spas, Jacksonville. Now, the next step, we're going to use another software to actually scrape all of these websites and pull all the email addresses. And, the other thing that I like to pull is I like to pull social media accounts. So if the business owner has like a LinkedIn or a Facebook page or an Instagram page, you can get all those links as well in this next step. So basically I just copy all these URLs. You want to make sure you get the full page of it. And I'll make a new sheet here, paste that. You can like insert one row above and just put like websites. And you want to make sure you share and anyone with the link. Okay, so once you've enabled your Google Sheet to be shared with anyone who has the link, you want to copy the link and then go over to Phantombuster, and I just type in web. This is after you select like use new Phantom. So actually, if you want to like just start from scratch, use new Phantom. I type in web in the search. Data scraping crawler is what we're looking for, and we just put use Phantom, then copy the URL from our Google Sheet in here. And just to make sure everything's working right, it should say whatever title you gave it. So for this, it's websites. Save. And this is pretty cool because you can tell it exactly all the information you want to scrape. So if you're using this for like your own agency and you like to cold DM people, or in addition to email, you can get the links to their Facebook pages, Instagram profiles, Twitter profiles, even like their YouTube channels if they have a link there. So a lot of data can be pulled from here, but for this, we're just going to use email addresses. And at the end of this video, I'll show you what it looks like when you pull Facebook pages, Instagram profiles out, and like what that looks like in the sheet. But anyways, we're just going to do email addresses. I always set maximum depth to 1, and I set number of subpages to 10. The way Phantombuster works is you have a set amount of time to run searches, and that's how they dictate like the pricing plans. So I think for everyone's free trial, you get quite a bit of time, but you might want to be pretty efficient with that time and not have it look at so many pages. So you might just want to set this to 5 pages, and this is basically the number of different pages within the website that it's going to crawl. But I just do 10, and then I go next. Here's important number of websites to process per launch. I just try to pick a number that's greater than the total data set. So for us, it's 389 minus a few. And advanced settings, if you wanted to pull multiple emails off the website, you can click that. I don't normally do that. I just go next on this manually, and none is fine with me. Click save. And then I just like to rename it like Jacksonville Spas, so I know like what this is. If I'm running like a bunch of these, sometimes it gets a little confusing of which is which. After you've named it, just click launch and let it run. It usually takes, depending on how many sites you're crawling, it usually takes anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. And as you can see up here, it's execution time remaining for that month. So this is like what basically how many credits you have is time. So we'll pick this back up once this finishes. So yeah, now that Phantombuster's done its thing and it's crawled 201 websites here, 1,600 pages within those websites, and it found 107 emails. So after that, the results are going to be at the bottom here. You want to do download results, then go back to your data sheet, import, upload, obviously drag this over, you can browse and find it, and then you want to go insert new sheet. You don't want to append this data because we have to like match it up so it's all in a nice neat order. So insert new sheet's the best way to do that. you get the results right here, and you can see all the emails. Now, not all the emails it finds are going to be legit, because sometimes people's websites have like ridiculous things on them. So, this one's obviously not correct. But anyways, you do want to do some quality control with whatever. But as you can see, a lot of these emails are legit. Seventh Wonder Spa, info at Elysian Spa. So basically, you want to copy this data and merge it to this sheet right here. Make sure it matches up. And then, so Ponte Vedra. And then the other thing I'd recommend doing is just highlighting everything, going to format, wrapping, and clipping the data so it's nice and neat. But yeah, and then I would just make one last scroll down the list and just make sure that like everything's matching up. So Therapy Works, Regal Nails. Just make sure everything is in line. And then the only other thing I'll say is that when you're doing the quality control, if you see anything like this, that means that there most likely is an email on the website. So you might have to, if you want to get the extra ones, you can go back and manually find it. But for whatever reason, how that email was coded into the website, it wasn't able to grab it exactly. But this is a good clue that you can actually go to that website manually and find it. But if you don't want to do that and you just want to like do the lowest amount of effort for the best results, or for the most results, you can just take what it gives you and go right from there. And then you have all these emails. Basically, you can do this for pretty much any business, any online database. Works great. And also, you can sell this as a service. I know that for, when I'm selling email campaigns as a service to clients, if they have their own leads, that's great. I'm able to charge a little bit less. But if they need me to scrape all the leads for them, I can oftentimes add $500, $600, $700 per month for that service just for this. And as you can see, it's like you can train someone to do this. You can do it yourself. It's a very high leverage, low time task that works absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it brings me a lot of satisfaction making these videos and sharing what I learned, teaching people how to use more technology in their business to save them time and money. So if you'd like to see more content like this, just please subscribe, give me any sort of a sign that I should keep making these videos, and I will. So hope to see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.